good. Check. Okay, we're good. We're good. Hello and welcome back. We're gonna start playing a little thing we call the song requests. They're on today, so here it is. Request a song. Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Like,
God, that's loud.
Like, who are you talking to?
What are you talking about?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the viewers.
What viewers?
The viewers over there.
What? No, it's just me and you hanging out.
Oh my god.
Some oddly placed things.
So do you know what we're talking about today, Jaren?
How you're crazy?
A little bit. But no, Jaren, today we are talking about how we would survive a zombie apocalypse if it started right now.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. So we need our specific strategy. If you say locations, just be generic.
Yep.
Like the school, the mall, because, we don't want to talk about where everything is. I don't know how this stuff got here, but I want this shit right now, so.
That is weird. But, yeah, let's see. How do we want to start this whole discussion about places? Strategy-wise.
Alright, so it's starting right now at this exact moment.
Okay.
This isn't a joke. This isn't content for a stream. The zombie apocalypse is happening. I'm telling you because you need to know because we're going to die if we don't do something about it.
Oh,
I can't open this thing for the life of me.
Man, I already knew the zombie apocalypse was coming.
Thank you. So I guess the first step is to figure out what we can grab in this room that could be useful. Because, we should get supplies.
That thing back there.
The sword?
Yeah, that's useful.
Yeah, the sword. It's mostly a decorative sword, but you can still bash some zombies with it.
With a zombie, it doesn't need to be sharp.
Well, I guess what kind of zombies is it? Are we talking the fast, infected ones, or are we talking, like, corpses that got up out of the ground? Because I find the fast ones more interesting. The slow ones, all you really gotta do is just not get cornered.
Well, there's also, like, the whole fact of, okay, is it fast, or are they just, like, really slow? Are they, like, safe, like, the zombies from, like, COD zombies, like, that kind of zombies, or from, like, Left 4 Dead zombies? Like, there's so many different versions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the two
pick which one it is.
I think the two primary categories that to keep in mind are like the Night of the Living Dead ones.
Okay.
Those are the slow. They're corpses magically animated. You gotta hit them in the brain to shut them down. It's the only way, or decapitate them, or completely destroy them. And then you got the infection ones, and both of these have sort of their pros and cons.
Yep.
And the infection ones are just people who have like a mutated rabies virus or some weird fungus in their head, a la Last of Us.
So sort of like.
So that would be more Left 4 Dead.
So.
And those ones would still be able to move, but they don't feel pain, but they go down as easy as a human if you kill them.
So sort of like World War Z zombies.
World War Z works. Maybe with less of the stacking. Fuck that.
I mean, you never know.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying I don't.
Very
unlikely.
unlikely.
I don't want to deal with it.
It's very unlikely. Is the
I don't think
better description.
I think you might have that problem if you live in a city.
Yeah. Cities are not a good place to be.
So I think we can both decide right now that cities you just gotta avoid outright.
Yeah. I would prefer like suburb but more country.
Maybe.
Well, because with
a little more country than where we live, because we're kind of
Yeah.
somewhere between suburb and country.
More country than suburb, because with at least more country, there's a lot of land.
Walking Dead season 2 or 3, whichever one it was.
Yeah, something like that.
The one with Herschel's farm.
Yeah. Too bad. Too bad Herschel dies.
Spoilers.
And if you haven't watched The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead.
I have. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched up until the part where one of my favorite characters dies because of the dude with the bat.
Yep. Okay, I already know which one
And
you're talking
I
about.
watched a little bit beyond that, but I'm not going to say anything specific. I can tell you actually exactly where I stopped, but then I would actually say something really specific. So anyway, I'm long past the farm.
But yeah, no,
I don't know why everybody hated that season. I thought it was pretty good.
it wasn't bad. Just
It was a little dull at times.
yeah. That's where they were annoyed with was it wasn't
Yeah.
like this full like action packed like.
It was maybe
having
drawn
fun.
out.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was the mystery of those people who had gone missing,
Yeah.
and the payoff of that was excellent. I think it was one of the best moments in the whole series. And while the rest of the season was fine, I feel like that episode was my favorite of the whole series. Because it was like dramatic and tense and heart-wrenching, and it was like, whoa, I didn't think they would go there. I like that season.
But yeah, more country just because you have land and you can start growing your own food supply.
Yeah, that's a big one. You want to be able to farm.
So that's why I would go more towards countryside than like how we are.
Right. I guess the question is, do you know how to farm, Jeremy?
Yes.
And do you know how to farm all year round?
I can learn.
Because I could farm like peas and carrots and potatoes because I did that with my mother when I was a kid. But all of those grow in like the spring and summer. So where do you get your food for the other parts of the year?
Well,
And I guess that it means you're mostly a vegetarian unless you're going to raise and slaughter animals.
at that point, you might want to, well, see, with being towards more farmland, it's a lot more woody than where suburb or city would be. So there's a lot more animals that you can go out and hunt. Not saying I know how to hunt, but after a while, I'm pretty sure I could get decent at it to survive.
Okay. See, I've never hunted in my life,
Me
and
either.
I don't think I'd be good at it.
See, I haven't hunted, but the program I went through that I went through,
Is it like Boy Scouts?
yeah, that
Yeah.
when I went
Boy
through
Scouts
that,
exist everywhere.
I didn't know if we're gonna say that or not. So
Boy Scouts are everywhere. That's fine.
through that, I learned how to like use a bow, use a gun, and a shotgun. Like, so I know the basics of like how to sort of hunt, but not like go out there immediately. Okay, first shot, get a deer or something.
Oh yeah, but I don't think anyone can really do that.
Yeah, I mean the like really like heavy duty like hunters
Who like
maybe.
learned how to track them? You mean?
Yeah.
Like by eating their poop,
something like
sniffing
that.
the wind, and licking their fingers.
Yeah.
That's free for people?
Yes, that. I brought that for you.
Snick
And
snacks.
us.
Nice.
Snick snack. The snick knack is back.
Yip yap. Yak the patty snacks. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, man.
I don't know.
Help me.
I'm pretty sure you're crazy is what is all I can say.
It's fine. All that is fine and good, but we wouldn't know where to find that necessarily. Because moving across the country in search of a location like that is risky.
True.
And yeah, we have farms. I could find a farm near here.
Yes.
It's also kind of near the mall, which is a problem.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But I could find a farm, but there's probably someone living there, and you'd have to deal with that. or keep moving and looking for more and find one that's not being lived in. And I think that's a little too risky. So I think we need a specific place to go. Also, we need a place to meet, like to find each other, because I feel like you, me, Nathan, Justin, Jacob, and Evan are probably working together. Unless you think one of us is more of a hindrance than a help.
I mean, I could technically say all of you are a hindrance, but at the same time, you each have definitely your advantages.
I feel like moving entirely alone is a problem. You want to stick to a small group. Moving in too large of a group is also a problem.
Yeah. On a side note about places, on second thought, I'd probably just find a good, decent, secluded wooded area, and just build a house out there, like a log cabin. And
that could work, but do you have the skills to build?
I mean, it's some wood, and you take some nails, and you put it together.
That would probably work a lot better if we lived down south.
True.
Where it's warmer all year round. Here, you'd have to contend with the cold.
But at the same time, if you make a spot for a chimney and fire, you should be fine. Which shouldn't be that hard to actually make, since you could probably find a ton of clay near where we are.
Clay?
Yeah. To
really?
make salt in the dirt, down deep enough you can get some clay.
I feel like you definitely have more of the survival skills than me.
It's
probably an understatement.
Sort of like I was in Boy Scouts for a couple years.
That would be useful for this purpose.
Especially since I know first aid and all that.
Yeah, that's very strong. I know a little bit of first aid. I know the basics. I never had to really apply it.
Same here. Really, I really haven't had to use.
You can bandage a wound, get like a tourniquet. We probably have to raid a pharmacy for some medicine. I think that people would underestimate the value of medicine at first. So I feel like the best time to do that would be early on, maybe.
I don't know, because at the same time, there are those kinds of people that are, no offense to people around us, but druggies.
Oh shit, you're right. We have a huge drug problem in our town. They would do that right away.
So, going for the pharmacies first is kind of an iffy situation, just because, as you were talking about the farming issue, there'd be a lot of people and you have to contend with them.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
So, I mean, trying to work towards maybe one of us understanding, herbal medicine, possibly. Who knows? I don't know all of our strengths.
Do you think you could take a crackhead?
If I could take a crackhead.
You think you could take a crackhead in a fight?
Possibly. What kind of situation are we talking? Are they bigger than me? Are they smaller than me?
I'm picturing, lanky.
So, kind of like Jacob?
Yeah, but less healthy, because...
Yeah,
they're on crack. They're addicted to crack.
I could probably take one of those guys, yeah.
If two of them, assuming you have some sort of weapon, nothing too advanced, something you would have. Because here's another thing. You don't own guns, do you? For legal reasons, you have to say no?
For legal reasons, yes, I have to say no.
Okay. I don't own any guns. I have BB guns. Those are not going to stop zombies. I have a bow that actually does have functional arrows. The airsofts are also not going to stop zombies.
I mean, you just shoot them at the eye, they'll be blind.
Yeah, it's the same thing with BB guns.
But no, I have a bow as well that have...
Mm-hmm.
I could make them more lethal than they are.
Mine are pretty lethal.
Well, because my arrows are... Actually, no, mine are pretty sharp. No, yeah they're...
Yeah. It would probably be enough to kill an infection zombie, not an undead zombie. Because you can't really destroy the brain with a single arrow.
I mean, you could. If you hit it from the, if you hit it from the side.
You have to be really accurate though.
Because I mean, again, since we're on the speak of The Walking Dead, Daryl uses a crossbow.
Okay.
And
he does that.
He kills a ton of zombies by shooting them in the head.
And those guys are definitely the undead variety.
Yes.
Because they only get killed from the head, and they come back after people die.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Again, who are you talking to?
The people.
What people? There's only you and me here.
You're kind of right. Well, seriously though. I don't know. I'm talking to the future.
On a second note, water. That's a situation.
Yeah, that's important. Rainwater can work. Yeah, a good tarp is a very valuable resource.
Yes, tarp is very valuable.
Yeah.
We could also technically, if we find a spot near a river, we can also use river water because there are ways of filtering it to make it safe.
I don't know how to do that. Well, I know you use like sand and rocks of various
sand,
ratings.
rock, gravel. You want like a piece of fabric on top,
Right.
and then you take the strained water and then you boil it, and it'll be safe. It's safe to drink.
Okay. So that's valid.
Should be. It's been
That's
a while.
valid.
It's been a while since I've looked into that.
Now it sounds like you're right.
But then at the same time, when we're raiding supplies, we might want to pick up like life straws or like water purification stuff. Because there are
life straws would be valuable, and can we even get one around here?
maybe, I don't know. I haven't really looked at some of the stores very well for that specific reason. But water purification, that possibly, yeah, that's probably around here.
Fair enough. There's the... No, that's stupid. Alright. So we've got decent access to melee weapons.
Yep.
We have some very primitive ranged weapons. But they are quiet,
Correct.
which is always a bonus. Especially if you're dealing with hordes. We've got food and water.
I had.
Well, we do need to get a tarp.
Yeah,
Do you have a tarp? You probably have a tarp.
I have one in my car.
Wow. You're more prepared for this than I thought. That actually reminds me, I actually have a med kit and some, car repair stuff in my car
I have.
that I have around with me at all times.
I have Kino pinball bowling balls in my car. They're like the really small bowling balls.
Oh?
Yeah.
Are you talking about, like, a shot put to the face? What are we talking about here?
I mean, hey, we were just naming off stuff that we had in our car.
Okay, fair enough.
I
have a large amount of trash in my car.
also have jumper cables in there.
Could you use trash bags to collect rainwater?
Yeah,
I've got tons of those.
you could use trash bags.
I also have jumper cables, by the way. That's one of the car-related things I have.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, those are good for salvaging, like, wire or any kind of, like, metal parts that you sort of need.
Sure.
That on, like, electrical standards for, like, copper and stuff. Since jumper cables are usually, like, they need to have some sort of conductive metal in them.
Yeah. Basically what they are.
At the same time, eventually, depending on how long we can last, I could technically get into making us all, like, making sure our weapons are all up to standard.
Yeah, you've got some forging and crafting related
I have
stuff going.
some very primitive, like, small amounts of time on forging, but
Yeah, you could make, like, knives.
I could definitely
Functional
make some knives.
Hunting knives.
That, probably some very effective shurikens.
What do you think of the other guys? Who do we want? Who do we not want? What do you think they have that would be of worth to us?
Probably Nathan and Justin.
Yeah.
Just because of their.
They're in good shape. They also have some survival
Yeah.
training and martial arts training.
I was gonna say, didn't they do
no.
martial arts?
They did martial arts.
Didn't you also?
Yes, not with them.
Yeah, but you also did do some of that.
Yeah, so I did it for like 10 years.
You guys outclassed me in that because I have not.
Yeah, I'm in bad shape, but I still have the knowledge of the technique.
See,
So,
as
you know.
like I'm more of like the knowledgeable survival people.
Yeah.
Of like that stuff. You guys are more combat oriented.
Yeah.
So, I could probably deal with having Nathan and Justin with us. Jacob, I don't know. Maybe another source of knowledge. That might be his benefit.
I feel like Jacob is going to eat all of our food.
That too.
I guess he's not coming tonight either, because he probably would have said if he was coming by now.
Yeah.
I'm going to check my phone, but I doubt it.
Evan, I don't know. He's very cheerful. He's a nice guy. I don't know how well he can handle in an apocalypse.
Yeah, that's iffy. He does know how to build a fire. I know you already know that anyway.
Yeah, we
but
both know how to.
I pretty much know how to do that too.
Um,
I haven't done it in practice, but I know the technique.
yeah, I could start a fire from mostly anything,
Yeah.
except for bow and drill, like more of the primitive stuff, like a bow and drill and
Yeah.
like whatever the one where you take a piece of wood and like really forcefully like.
Can you do that again?
No.
Look really intently into the camera.
Like, it's only me and you. We're not recording
Don't you
anything.
see the camera?
No. That's just your computer.
Well, what's it doing over there then?
I don't know. You put it over there.
Why am I fucking? What the fuck is going? Why are we even talking about this? You know what? Fuck this. Fuck you.